Hobart Airport SFL, live from Pembroke Park. It's the Community League match between the Sorell Eagles and the Dodges Ferry Sharks in round 8. As the boys from the Eagles run out, their girls lost. There's Nick Raglione on screen. First year at the Eagles, absolutely loving himself sick, he said to me before the game. How about the Malay on Jeremiah Perkins? He's got some sort of haircut, the big fella. My name's Tubes Taylor. A pleasure to have your company from wherever you are watching. It's great to have your company. We've got Stu Warren with me. Morning, Stu. Or good afternoon, Stu.
Afternoon, Tubes. Yeah, early afternoon. Nice to get underway and know we'll be home before dark tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Although the sun's going down at about 4:15 these days. It's pretty crook.
Yeah, no, beautiful day. Sun's out, hardly any breeze here, and I'm looking forward to it this afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. Dodges Ferry Sharks have a little bit of injury issue. And they've got some players out with the flu at the moment. It's a big day.
We're going to be up against it to start with. Coming just along the road, it's obviously the local rival, but Sorell flying top of the ladder, undefeated this year. So I'm sure at selection, Dodgers would have been hoping to have a full list to pick from, but might have lost a few by the sounds of things.
Well, they've got a couple. One bloke, how's this? One bloke has carbon monoxide poisoning and had a oxygen level of approximately 30%.
Goodness.
It's pretty crook. I won't say who it is, but hopefully he's on the mend. He's been in the hyperbaric chamber.
Right.
And look at this, out in the middle right now. This is really cool. We've got a couple of players out there. Bodie Kingston, the captain of the the Eagles, and the Sharks captain Luke Murphy, who's got a sore pec. And Daz, our man Daz out in the middle, tossing the coin, which is great to see. He was here for the Brendan Favola gig last week, and the club presented him with a Sorell Football Club hoodie and said, "You're now part of our team." How good's that?
Fantastic.
Daz has just tossed up the coin. And Bodie Kingston's won the toss. He's kicking to the left of screen. And they'll take him off. Here's Daz to get a photo. Look, this is beautiful stuff in the middle. Oh, look at that. Cheers. How good is that? That is so good. And there's the Eagles on screen. Check out Bob Jones. Gee, look at him. The big nude nut.
Yeah, he was looking pretty sharp. I've just been over the back to check out a little bit of the warm-up, and he was certainly getting around him and G'ing him up. And
was he?
Like he was ready for a big afternoon.
And there's the Sharks on screen. They had a pretty big hiding last week against Signet down at Commandy. Spent much time at Commandy?
I've been through it a couple of times. I haven't hung around. I certainly haven't been. I've looked at the footy ground on the way past. I've not been to a game at Commandy, but yeah, no, I lost for Dodgers. They're coming in 3 and 4. They've kind of been up and down so far this year. I think they've had wins against Hobart, Claremont, and Huonville. Let's be honest, I think if they pull it off this afternoon, it'd be a pretty big highlight on their season, probably.
I agree. Massive for them.
Yeah, and Sorell, on the other hand, obviously the form team in the comp, 7 and zip coming in, flying, really. I think they've got comfortably accumulated the top scores and most points on the season. And you've already mentioned him, Jeremiah Perkins, is probably a big reason for that. He's sitting a long way clear on the goal kicking. He's notched up 42 goals across these first 7 matches. So we'll be keeping an eye out and see how many he adds to that this afternoon.
And let me tell you, he bloody loves kicking goals. Bloody loves it. I'll just get a quick look at this team sheet, if I may, because there are a couple of changes. Josh Oates comes into the side. He's a late change. I'm not sure who the late out was. So we'll find out who that was from our contacts. We'll let you know. Might be Charlie Dolliver's out. So that's a big out for the Sharks. He's been pretty in form. It'll be Studley. First quarter up against Big Joey Souter. We heard from him earlier. Couple going at it there. Looks like Raduns has got the job on Brock Daniels. Out of the middle it comes. Souter just tracks a footy, then gets burrowed into the ground. We'll see a ball up. You seeing anything early?
No, fair contest there. It looks like there's a lot of players around the ball there at the moment. It's a pretty tight start.
Yeah, Raduns does have the job on Brock Daniels. Studley out of the ruck, tried to get a hold of it. Daniels just burrowed over the top and a push in the back. He's earned the free kick. Brock Daniels with a headband on. Goes long, deep inside forward 50. Punch comes. Perkins at the back. Pushed away from him by Archer, and we'll see a boundary throw in deep inside forward 50. On Facebook. It's on Facebook. Kick comes long inside forward 50 and nicely trapped by the veteran. And Brad Joseph just pushes it away. Out the ball comes. Nicely picked up by Liam Roach. He can't get a hold of it. No real clean use of the footy here early. The SFL home of community football. And we'll see a boundary throw in again. Right.
Little ball up there. I think it's just hanging right in that pocket. They can't clear it. But this might be a boundary umpire thrower. again, I think, by the look of it.
This oval is deceptive. It's got a little mound in the middle. You can't see the ground on the other side of the oval. Can't see the line. So boundary throwing, well, for the first time. Little rush kick comes out from the Sharks. Punched away by Clark. Out it comes for Souter. Souter gives off the handball to Butterworth. Daniels gets a hold of the footy and drives it long inside forward 50. Flying over the top, that's Booth. Very good. He goes across the face of goal, finds Steinbauer. Back into the side this week after a bit of a lengthy layout with injury. It's good to see him back in the team. His left foot kick goes long. Joseph works a man under the footy. Bodie Kingston came out and gathered the footy. He gives off the handball to that man in Dan Lewis, who's into this team after being in the opposite team in a number of years. Rush kick by the Sharks, goes forward. That's a strong grab. Will Poland in the long sleeve. Reads the ball so well.
Yeah, they're nicely set up already behind the ball, Sorell, and it's some of this work they were drilling pretty hard before the game, just looking to get set up and make sure they got options off
Joseph
those contests.
flew high. Francis at the bottom of the pack. That is good effort. Now the scoop up, nicely done. Will Francis goes toward goal. He's got it. Will Francis gets the first of the game, and Sorell off to a flyer.
Yeah, Dodgers not quite able to make the most out of a couple of kind of clearance opportunities out of half-back there, kind of getting shut down across the wing and through the middle of the ground. And I think that's going to be Sorell's go-to. They're going to just look to get set up back there, chop those sort of rush kicks off and bounce back pretty quickly.
We could just see the scoop up by Will Francis and then the finish. He had a closing man coming in on him in Roach and he just finished it beautifully. Will Francis, the fresh recruit to the Eagles, gets the job done and they're up by 6. Back in the middle. Souter wins it down again. Teg tracks the footy. Ran into an absolute flock of Eagles. Rush kick by Francis. Works out okay. Byers can't gather. Handball comes out looking for Booth. Booth's got support here in Steinbauer. Decides to go to Roach. Out to Steinbauer finally. The handball came over the top. Now shrugging past a couple. Here's Tompkins. But it's chopped off again. Francis sends it long. Perkins. Clever. Fast. Joseph closes, he shrugs past him and then bends another one. Perkins has got his first, the second of the game for Sorell, and they're out to a 12-point lead in the early stages of the first term.
Yeah, just a bit too fast there, Perkins, I think, and he's kept his feet nicely there. Managed to get the ball just to sit up, and actually once he got it in his hands, it was shut the gate. That was a goal. Yeah, just shrugged that last tackle and punched it through over towards the BMX racing over the back there.
Perkins has his first. Sorell off to a hot start in the early stages of this Hobart Airport SFL round 8 match. We're back in the middle. Souter just keeps getting up. Look at the fly there from Daniels off to Francis. Francis goes long towards goal. Murphy did really well. Sawford can't get rid of it. And they jump on Sawford and we'll see a ball up.
Yeah, Souter's just about got a stepladder out in the middle there at the moment. He's really able to get up at that ruck contest and get the ball moving forward. Sorell, just making the most of it.
Anderson got his handball off. Out comes this man, bending run around the corner. Downham bends and bends too far. Out on the full. So Downham in the headband. Kenny over the top to Teg. Joseph, or is that Murphy? I'm not sure. They both look similar. And I don't know who it was. Might have been Joseph, actually. It's a long way away on this. Pembroke's a huge oval.
It's big field, yeah. He's not quite big enough on that occasion, though, because he's just sprayed that one off the outside of the boot.
No.
Probably an overhit there from the Sorell player, bringing it back in's given Dodgers a chance.
Tompkins, his kick wasn't great. Steinbauer goes back to Skelly. Skelly gets clipped by Daniels. And he got it down towards McGee. And that's good by Lewis to force it across the line for a boundary throw-in. Brock Daniels has 2 trades, would you believe? He's a painter and a butcher.
It's not the combo I thought you were going to throw up for me there,
Really?
Tubes.
What were you going to say? What were you thinking?
I don't know, painter and butcher, they're pretty diverse kind of industries, I would have thought.
There's a long one down towards McGee. He can't get a hold of it. Here's a chance for Kenny. Kenny goes past a couple, gets his handball away. Tompkins now with a bit of time, spots up a man in Tegg. We know Tegg's a good user of the footy. Might be on his distance here. It's hard to tell what sort of journey he's got.
He's got to be 45 plus, yeah. I reckon.
Brody Tegg's backing himself. He's throwing the mouth guard out into his sock. So you know he's going to go back and have a shot on goal. They're saying to him, get on the line. Connor Downham's just saying, get on the line, fellas. Here comes Tegg. Right foot kick. Not going to have the journey. Nobody really flew at the footy. Umpire circling and says, give it to me. We'll ball it up. So deep inside forward 50 for the Dodges Ferry Sharks. Right in front of the teeth of goal. Poland went up for the ruck. And he's trapped with a footy. We'll see a ball up. Again, up it goes. Kenny off the ground. Pretty happy about it. Bob Jones runs it across the line for a rush behind. So it'll be Will Poland to bring the ball back in. Here's an absolute roosting kick.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Kicks it long. Downham takes the mark. Downham pops it over the top to running man in Raglione, who's too far out to score. Left foot kick goes long towards Perkins, who flew at the footy. Now a chance at the bottom of the pack. Salford's going to go into open goal. Desperate stuff. He's got time to recover. Just dribbles it through. Jacob Salford gets his first, the third of the game for Sorell.
And it's you couldn't ask for a much better move all the way from full back with that that kick in. I think it was Poland, and he's hit a target sort of at long range, maybe 55 metre, looked like a chest pass.
That's desperate stuff right there from Orlando Archer. But sadly, he didn't have any other support, did he?
No, and already we've had goals from Perkins and Salford, and I think, you know, Salford's the second highest goal kicker. I think that's his 21st for the season, so there'd be a few alarm bells ringing for Dodgers with both those guys on the board already, Perkins and Salford. It's
a warm day here at Sorell. I reckon we're sitting at about 18 degrees. I might even have to get the air conditioning going here in the Kia Tasman. Free kick going the way of Studley, who gives it off to Kenny. Kenny's kick, delicate one. Kingston did really well. Here's Johnston, got the best players last week. Dribbles one forward. Bob Jones tracks a footy. Handballs over the top to Lewis. Lewis's handball finds Salford. Back to Jones. Jones's rush kick will be chopped off here by Studley. Gee, he made that look harder than it was. Gee, it's chopped off here by Anderton in the stack hat. Handballs to a running man. And the kick goes long. It was Francis towards Perkins. Murphy did really well. Joseph, Downham, got a hand on the footy. Who wants the ball? Joseph tracks the ball. He's wrapped up by Perkins. We'll see a ball up.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there. Anytime the ball hits the ground in the Sorell forward 50, those couple of guys, I think, yeah, Perkins' pressure's been spot on so far.
Handball came out towards Joseph. Had Byers for company. Booth tracking the footy. Byers with a silky pickup. Give it off to Francis. Perkins from the pocket. Bends it to the top of the square. Salford so good. Hits the post and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
You know to like a player in blue boots, Tubes, as well.
Yeah, I do.
Tick for Perkins there.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue like blue boots Blundell, though, does it?
Doesn't.
No alliteration there.
Nah.
Tompkins rushes it out, although his name's Jeremiah. Could call him Bullfrog, then it's Blue Boots Bullfrog. Jones rushes a kick inside forward 50. Trying to track the footy was Liam Roach. He couldn't quite get there as the ball just trapped him on the half volley. We'll see a ball up. So talking about Kettering last week, that place, it's like a cushion, playing on a cushion. It's so soft, beautiful. Kenny tracks the ball, gave the handball to himself. Now finds himself in a bit of trouble. Shrugs past one. Can't get past the second, so he bobs it over the top. Finds a man on the far wing. It's Tompkins. It might be actually Cooper Hills. Here's the first time we're calling this man's name. Curran can't get past Brock Daniels holding the footy. He loves tackling. He would prefer to tackle than have a feed. He'd prefer tackle over tucker, that boy. Downham, off a step, goes right towards the face of goal. It bounces, but it doesn't get there.
He was riding that one. I think he thought it might have looked all right for a while, just faded right. Got the right kick, but it just gone the wrong side of the post.
Well, they're under siege, the Dodges Ferry Shark defenders. Okay. Live. Raglione off a step with a dinky little left footer. Bang. Nick Raglione gets his first, and the margin extends even further to 4 straight goals. He's been at a few different footy clubs, Nick Raglione, Lauderdale, Lindisfarne, OHA, and now Sorell. And I talked to him before the game, Stu, and he is loving his time at the Eagles.
Why not this year? I mean, they are flying. And here's the replay. It was a pretty smart finish. He dropped it on the left and not a lot of room to play with. I'll tell you what, he liked it, didn't he?
Didn't he? He almost hulked up there, Nick Raglione. We'll get him in the Royal Rumble later on in the year. Look at him. Raglione off the top rope.
It's got old school vibes to it, that name.
He's got a little poor moustache too. Back in the middle. No, he looks good. Nick Raglione really enjoying his footy. Souter got a handball away. And he went and tracked the footy again. Dove on the ball. Tompkins, Raduns rather, is in there.
Is that your tackling machine there, I think, as well, probably, wasn't it?
Daniels. I love a tackle machine. There he is, right on cue. Daniels got it out wide. The kick, little torpedo. Gee, it's tough to sort of get a hold of those. Anderton did really well. Looks like they've got their senior leaders in that back 6, the Dodges Ferry Sharks, with Curran down there, Joseph, Murphy, Raduns. Contest one down. Here's a chance for Anderton. Couldn't quite get there. Now rolling maul.
Yeah, well, I think I noticed Brad Joseph's kicked 13 goals this season to lead the way for Dodgers, and I think I did see him tucked away down there in the kind of back pocket areas. So maybe a conscious decision, just trying to hold up, push some of those senior players back.
Jackson's kick goes long and deep down towards the Bullfrog. And copped a high tackle, so it'll be a free kick going to Kenny, is it? No.
There's a couple of guys with those long locks that are...
similar looking units. Here's one right on cue, Steinbauer. He goes short, finds his man in Williams, who gives it back to Steinbauer. Such a good user of the footy. Found the man almost, just Joshy Oates panicked a little. The handball came over the top from Daniels, Downham. Gave it over the top looking for Hovington. Holdsworth, I should say. That was an absolute chuck. Skelly got his kick away. And it's landed all right for Oates. Oates' kick into the middle. Joseph on a bit of a tear here. He's got a man coming through in Jackson. He gave him one to go with. And Joseph's kick down towards his forwards. Rolling ball over the back. Byers tracks the footy and just spreads nicely. The umpire's pulled out a free kick. Maybe a downfield for pushing it back.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
They look fast, the Eagles.
Yeah, a couple of those blokes that have come off half back so far are really moving.
Jed Johnson's kick goes long, and it might be off hands for a ball in. It was. 4-1-25. Sorell lead Dodges Ferry. Zip 1-1. It's almost like a repeat of last week. 17 minutes in. That's a nice tackle. That's holding the footy. Should have been. Joseph gave one towards Johnson. Now the rush kick goes long. Couldn't quite get there. Little scoop handball over the top. Tapping it on there was Joe Bateman. Bending it around the corner. Zachy Swan. Kenny in a dangerous spot from the pocket. That's a good kick. Oh, they've done well here, the Eagles, and they're out. Holdsworth has the footy. He's got a man on a lead. Marty Souris, and he's ignored, so they go across the face of goal to Jackson.
I think he was on his way off the ground, and then someone here in the wet area told him to lead for it, and he
Get the ball.
I think he thought he'd better give it a run.
Helicopter punt goes out towards Daniels. Nice scoop up by Francis. Francis's kick, long, looking for A-Lipes. He couldn't take the mark. It's punched across the line for a boundary throw-in. So the score at Dodges Ferry last week, Dodgers versus Signet at quarter time was 30-1. So we're in a very similar spot right now. Long kick, sitting underneath it, Brock Daniels. Bodie Kingston across the face of goal. Finds Dan Lewis on a lead. Steinbauer says the umpire, is he playing on there? Nice little fist away. Was good. And they get right around him too. The young fella that came into the team, Orlando Archer, this week, missed last week. Into the side with a nice bit of defensive work. Plenty of Sharks around the footy. Kenny to Joseph. Gee, we might get a kick here. And Connor Downham takes the mark right in front of us here in the key of Tasman. Thanks to Triple M. Plug there. Downham plays on. Got rid of it just. Big fly. Johnson got rid of it. Joseph Johnson at the bottom of the pack. Left the footy alone. And now the umpire circles and says, give it to me for the ball up. Scrappy stuff again, another reset.
Yeah, both sides just struggling to make anything of it here at the moment. We can't quite get clear of this contest around half forward, and when it does, that's on the full, I reckon.
Yep. There we go, right into the arms of the man there on the line.
A big Sauter, is that, he's set up, oh no, I thought he was calling.
A short one for Connor Downham. Rexy Johnson over the top was good. Gave the handball up. Sauter came late and caught him a bit high. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Felix Williams. Played on quickly. There's a number of Eagles near the footy though.
And Sorell are going to eat that up all day. They just keeping shape, keeping a man loose, and Dodgers have played into their hands a few times there. Big spread on here now onto the other side of the ground.
Yeah, Jackson's just running up that wing easy, isn't he? Short kick on to Bob Jones, who took the mark. Gave it to a running Bateman. Now blue boots Bateman, that works. He's in a set of blue boots too. And that one rolls over the line for a boundary throw in. 21 minutes gone in the first term. Is it Bodie Kingston just playing behind the ball here?
I think there's a couple of them actually swapping off pretty nicely. They just look really well organised. And like I said, it's something that they were clearly focused on before the game during their warm-ups. Kind of last bit of work they did a couple of units before they went back into the sheds.
Francis's kick goes inside forward 50. Perkins did really well. Trapped the ball, then just threw it away. Umpire said play on the wrong side. Here's a chance now towards goal for A-Lomes, and he rushes it through for a behind.
For the older generation there. I think Perkins might have been running a bit of a Kevin Bartlett style operation, Dan. Just keep it on a string out in front and look for a bit of a holding free kick. But he didn't get it that time, but he stays on his feet. I think that's been pretty obvious in the first quarter, and he stayed dangerous in those contests.
And right on cue, he's got a kick here. It's a tough angle. Happy for him to take these long leads out to the boundary line. This dog just standing by itself there right behind that post. Look at that. Jeremiah Perkins for goal number 2. Tough angle. Little crowd building here too. Perkins' kick across the face of goal. Through from behind. 27 points, plays 1 at the moment, so it's a 26-point lead to the home side. Skelly. Long kick towards McGee. Just finding his feet after coming back from injury. Finds Kenny of the Ferg variety. Well, this might be Gus Kenny. It is Gus Kenny, which is the same bloke, would you believe? He's Fergus Kenny, and then there's Angus Kenny. And Ferg gets Ferg, and Angus gets Gus. I don't know how they decided that. Here they come from the pocket. It's hard to kick goals from here. That's a strong grab.
Good grab.
I think it's the man that's come into the team. It is Joshy Oates.
Josh Oates, number 29.
Yes.
It'll be a pretty good addition to the team if he just manages to put him on the board with a major here, because we're getting very close to quarter time, and they need it, I think.
They really do. He likes it off the boot. The first goal for Dodges Ferry goes to the man into the side late. Josh Oates. And maybe just a little belief. It's 7 scoring shots to 2, Stu.
Yeah, they haven't had a lot of it. I mean, they managed to keep the ball forward there through a couple of contests midway through the quarter, but really they've struggled to get past half forward, and then they have lost it. Sorell bounced back out of their full-back and half-back line really effectively.
And in breaking news, Claremont Senior Women have just won their 50th game in a row by 2 points over Port Signet. That's an enormous effort for a side. That's well over, I think it's 3 years undefeated. That's sensational. Downham had heaps of the footy. Goes long towards Perkins, who pushes his man off the footy. He's so fast, he's so elite. He goes towards goal and he's kicked it.
Yeah, too fast. I think he'd give you nightmares, really, if you're trying to line up on him. Bit of body work, a little bit of a shove probably through the contest there, but reacted most quickly or fastest to the bounce and picked it up and snagged it. No mistake in front of goal.
We will no doubt see this in replay, but I think you touched on it here before, to keep his feet and then burst back towards goal like that, that first 3 steps are really quick.
He's sharp.
He's elite. He's an elite user of the footy too. So the margin is back to 26 points. Oh, look at that. Daniels out of the middle. Got the beautiful tap. Who's coming out to meet the footy? Souders around the place. Perkins again. Bumps past a couple. Which way does this bounce? It sits up and hits the post.
Yeah, look, that ruck work tap to the guy coming through the centre contest there was elite. Oh, Souter just copped a big bump then.
Off a smaller man too. Here's Radunce. Nice big tackle laid on Joey Bateman again, so they can trap it in here. They'd love to get a goal before the siren goes for term 1. Can't get it out here, the Eagles. Umpires have put out a free kick. It's going to the Sharks. think this is
Just
Kenny.
one of the Kennys.
Yeah, Ferg Kenny goes long. Poland sits under the footy, so strong. Just reads the ball so well. He's done that his whole career, just sat in the hole and jumped up in front of blokes. Long one out, finds Holdsworth.
That's a weapon, that kick coming out from him as well. It's twice now he's just hit leads at distance, and it just releases that pressure and lets Sorell set up again.
Downham couldn't get there. Here's a chance for Curran. He's in a lot of trouble there. There's players everywhere. Downham rushes one forward. Luke Murphy. The danger man Perkins is in the area. So is this fella.
High one.
A high one on Miles Sawford, maybe.
Yep.
Is that Jake? It's Jacob, actually. They look the same, these two blokes.
That was the free kick, yes.
Yeah, right.
Just that little shove, I think.
Went to the wrong bloke. Kenny took it. Poor old bloody Reuben Tompkins got ripped off. Anyway. Gee, he's gone back an absolute country mile here, Jacob Sawford. It's a beautiful kick of the footy usually. Into the breeze, maybe across the face of goal. Doesn't make the journey. Gee, everyone backed him over to kick it from there, even me. Murphy took the mark uncontested. That's a reasonable kick. Finds his man Booth. Booth goes short, looking for Curran. Curran's in trouble. Murphy's in trouble.
That was either a very, very quick handball or he's been a touch unlucky. I don't know which. He hardly took possession there, and I don't know if he could argue too much. I think the umpire was right on the spot. See if we get another look at it. But Perkins, is this going to be the third?
Yep, third goal.
Quarter.
He's had 4 shots at goal. He's kicked 2-2. In he comes, Jeremiah Perkins for goal number 3. He likes it off the boot. He worked it nicely with the breeze too. He's got a little cheeky 3-pack, does Perkins.
Yeah, just the shape on that kick there makes me think actually the breeze might be doing a little bit more than I gave it credit for earlier. But maybe slightly favouring Sorell's end of the ground. They could be kicking with the wind, you know, a little bit here, but certainly they're good for this lead. They really have dominated the quarter, and Perkins could kick an absolute bag here if he keeps this up.
Has Perkins had a perm? This is a real good haircut. So we're back in the middle. This siren must be imminent for quarter time. Looks like they've got Liam Roach in the ruck at the minute. Joseph took the mark. Goes wide, looking for Teg. This rolls out of bounds. Quarter now 30 minutes old. Andrew throwing. Daniels just manages to find the footy at all times. Byers so good. Gathered, spun around, looks down towards Sawford and Perkins. Perkins kept his feet again and then uses the burst of speed. Gave it off to Sawford, who handballs over the top. Raglione gets trapped by Curran. And now this one's out of bounds for a boundary throw. And gee, they don't want to give away another one here.
Nah, and that handball over the top, it probably was no other way to get it to Raglione, but it just sat up there a little bit long, let the defence recover a bit, and Raglione couldn't quite get the ball onto his boot.
Tap down, out the back, Byers with a little cheeky check side. Oh no, what a goal. No left foot, no worries. For Hugh Byers, gets his first, and the margin is now 39 points.
He liked that. He was celebrating probably almost before he actually got it off his boot. Running into the opposite pocket, dropped it just onto the outside of his right boot, and off he goes. Loved it.
Hugh Byers copped the drive-by by Brendan Favola last week at the Sporties night down here at the Sorell Football Club. I won't tell you what he said, but he got him a beauty.
Big Fev would have been proud of that one, I reckon, as well.
Normally Hugh Byers wears the number 25, but he's in the number 18 today. And I reckon that's because all the 25 jerseys they had last week, they ripped off and got Fev to sign. Have they got a chance for another one here? Francis with a long kick. Curran, and that is the end of the quarter. It is 7-4-46 to Sorell. Dodges Ferry 1-1-7. Goal kickers for the Eagles. Perkins has got 3, then singles to Sawford of the Jacob variety. Will Francis, Hugh Byers, and Nick Raglioni. And for the Dodges Ferry Sharks, Josh Oates with the only goal of the term for the visitors. Better players, Stu?
Well, I mean, Perkins has caught the eye. He's flashed through those contests. He's put scores on the board. He probably could have had 4 or 5. Sauter, I think the ruckman, he's put it on a plate for some of his midfielders there, particularly probably in the restarts after the goals. And I think across the back line, Poland and probably a couple of others, to be fair, as well. But
they're contributing across the board.
They are. And then I think for Dodgers, I think probably the Kennys. I've got to admit I haven't got the names nailed yet, but Fergus and Angus have bobbed up and been around and about. And I think maybe actually Brad Joseph's.
Yeah, he's had plenty of it.
Stood up as well as possible.
Their back six has been under siege, though, and that's why they're getting so much of the footy. Curran, Murphy, Joseph, and to name a few, they're all under a bit of pressure. Skelly as well. We'll take a quick break here. It's quarter time in the Hobart Airport SFL Community League Men. Round 8 match between Sorell Eagles and the Dodges Ferry Sharks from Pembroke Park. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in just a sec. Second term underway. Umpires held the ball aloft. It's a 39-point margin in favour of the Eagles. Sharks have some work to do. Teg with a real high up and under pole and sat under the footy. Kenny came from late. Trapped a man under the footy and the umpire circles and says, give it to me. I'll ball it up. Tubes Taylor with you, joined by Stu Warren. What do you reckon the message was at quarter time for the Sharks?
It's got to just be hold up and then capitalise when you get it forward. I think, you know, they might take a little bit of encouragement if they feel like the breeze is coming over their shoulder this quarter.
Something's going on here. I
There's
think
a
we're
50
going to
out
get a
of that, I
card.
reckon. Is there? Or
Will
someone's
Poland copying a card. I don't know what colour it was. Interesting. And they pulled out a free kick, have they?
I think the umpire might have.
And 50.
Yeah, the goal's been kicked. I'm just looking here just in case we get a replay because I didn't see a lot there. There was a bit of push and shove, but Poland's either
Copped high. I think then, yeah, it's Clark.
he's given him a little jumper. It might have just slipped up and kind of throat and chin areas.
A little bit
possibly a bit of dirty areas about that, but yeah, not sure what sort of instigated. He's looked cool and calm right throughout the first quarter, and he's boiled over there.
He's not an aggressive dude. Will Poland's one of the most gentle fellas I know. He's a good footballer, gets a little white line fever, but Clark gets the goal and the game goes on. A little bunt forward, and Joseph, who's just reading the play as well as Will Poland at the other end. His kick lets him down a little bit. Studley got a handball off to a running man. That'll be a free kick going to Downham. Downham short little burner to Anderton. Anderton's got Sawford in the pocket, or further afield he can go towards Perkins, who just protected the zone beautifully.
He did. Yeah, he's just proving himself again and again, a real handful, and it's body work and it's just real smart football, and he's lining up for number 4. You'd back him in from here. I might have just put the curse on him, but I'm feeling confident.
Well, in he comes. He's already got 3. Perkins tugs it a little hard.
Yeah, mozzed him pretty hard there, I did.
That's your fault.
Although he's not happy with that decision, I don't think. He might go run that back with the goal umpire shortly.
No, well, do all you want, Jeremiah, but the goal umpire's standing right underneath the footy. Skelly. I love it. That's a good mark. Joseph.
Yeah, they're going to look inside. They've tried to come back through the corridor a lot, and he had options there, but he's actually played it a bit safer and just progressed it down the wing because they've come unstuck a couple of times trying to bring it back in maybe a little bit too soon.
Booth. Gee, it's all Eagles out here. That's a good tackle by Rexy Johnson. The young fella doing really well at senior level. See a ball up. Joe Souter wins it down again. Through comes Lewis, who gives it to Byers. Byers goes long towards Perkins, who's absolutely manhandling.
And he's almost snagged that little left-hander, I think, as well, but didn't quite stick it.
I had the binoculars on that contest for a long, long time, and Jeremiah Perkins absolutely ragdolling poor old Luke Murphy. There's not a lot he can do. The umpire doesn't see it. Out the back it comes for Booth. Studley sends the ball long and far towards McGee and co. McGee just happy to tap it across the line for a boundary throw-in. No, it'll be the Lasso free kick. Going to, is that Jetty Johnson? Gee, nearly had his kick smothered. Number of Sharks around the footy. Roving it beautifully. Anderton scoops it up. Left foot kick towards goal. Misses. So move it out now. Billy Triffitt's got a hold of the footy. Punch over the back comes Brock Daniels, and Gussie's happy to tackle him across the line for a ball in. Really like the way the Kennings play their footy. They're just tough nuts. Did you play much footy, Stu?
Did I play much footy? Nothing of any great consequence. I think that's probably the safest way to answer that question.
Bob Jones. Got a lot of Post Malone about him. His kick is a good one to Lewis, who's in a paddock, but McGee just tracks him down and shapes it away.
I reckon he'd have better teeth, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, what, you don't reckon Bob Jones has got the grills in?
Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not on the weekend, I don't reckon.
Jackson was the only one that wanted the footy there. Jed Johnson's trapped under the ball. Umpires pulled out a free kick for a trip, perhaps. They go the way of... It's Hugh Byers. No, it's Jeddah.
Jeddah, is it?
Yeah, Jed Johnson. So Jed Johnson from the left-hand pocket on the right boot. That's a great kick. Beautiful. That's as good as it gets.
Yes, a little bit of shape there, I think, probably left to right, and he's just slid it over the umpires. I reckon it's a big freeze hat, is it? Is that what the goal umpires
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Rocking today?
They both got them on too.
Yeah, real commitment to the cause there, and probably a little nod to Neil Danaher this week. So obviously,
it's a great spot to watch this kick sail over the umpire's beanie. How about the Selly? I reckon he's had a fresh trim too. How about Marty Souris's little do as well? These boys at Sorell, they got haircuts I could only dream of.
Part of the package, maybe.
Part of the uniform. Got to take the dog for a walk at half time. Brought my dog down today. She probably needs a drink too, to be honest.
Got a good spot out there in the sun.
She does. Kenny, out of the middle. McGee flew high, got it to the front of the pack. He wheels around, had no one to handball to, and his sky-high kick will land in the arms of Butterworth. Butterworth's kick, chopped off by Joseph, who played on quickly. Gave it off to the boots of Tompkins. His kick is horrible. Just throw for behind.
Joseph's just making his way forward. Playing higher up the ground certainly this quarter than where he spent most of the first quarter.
Bodie Kingston's kick is a beauty. Puts it out in front of Jackson. Jackson's kick is a real mongrel thing. That's a great tackle on Sawford holding the footy. Well done, Orlando Archer. I haven't met any Orlandos. Pretty common name these days, isn't it? McGee came from long. Bob Jones says, what happened there? I had my head ripped off.
There's a great mono going on.
All-time good mono.
Yeah, it was. I like a bit of bike action in the background.
Out it comes now. Tompkins rushes his kick forward. Getting on the end of it is Swan. Just had a little bit of separation from Butterworth. They need this, is an understatement.
You're probably a little bit less security back there for Sorell at the moment, having to reorganise. Poland was obviously an important player for him in the first quarter, and they're without him there at the moment. We'll have a look at this, a big run up again.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to pull his socks up old school, like right up to the knees for the kick, but he's only adjusted them above the ankle. I'm not sure if that'll be good enough, but we'll see.
I think he took a fair bit of Pembroke Park into the top of his sock there when he slid for the mark. In he comes. Zach Swan. He likes it off the boot. So do the rest of the Sharks. That's their third goal of the game. And the margin's back to 34.
And the balance of play is yeah, just about squared away at the moment. Dodgers are able to hold up in defence and bring it back out. And when they move the ball forward, they're actually just finding a way to trap it and stop that halfback bounce from Sorell. And yeah, I mean, they're still sort of 5 or 6 goals back at the moment, but they just need to keep plugging away and keep finding their way to goal.
Back in the middle. 10 minutes gone in the second term. Souter again, just so good. Studley gets a hold of it. Now Francis out of the middle. Throws it on the left boot. Round the corner, kick went okay. Here's a chance now for Roach, who gets caught with a footy. Umpire says play on. Tried to shrug her through a tackle there. That might have been Angus Kenny. No, it's not Angus Kenny because he's at the other end of the ground. It was Raduns. Don't know how I get Raduns and Angus Kenny mixed up when Angus Kenny's got a beard and a bald bonce. Out of the ruck came Studley. Gave it away. Steinbauer got his handball over the top. Brock Daniels tried to shrug past the Steinbauer tackle. Joseph gave a big belt to someone who wasn't anywhere near the footy. Now Steinbauer got it away. Tompkins won't shrug past. Yes, he does shrug past Brock Daniels. The kick goes long. Down towards Swan. Butterworth got the fist away. Jones. Through came Zach Clark. Clark can't get rid of the footy. Tackle without the ball, says the umpire. And Bodie Kingston hates it.
Yeah, I reckon that could have gone either way, to be honest.
Clark's kick goes long towards goal. Get him back, and they'll rush through from behind.
Had a fair bit of float to it, that shot on goal, and I think it's just deceived. It might have been 22, Bateman on the last line there.
Yeah,
probably
he panicked a bit.
Probably half a chance it was going to be a little crumb and a goal there in the square, but not to be. He's called him for 50 there.
Gee, hot on that one. So Dan Lewis will get the ball right back into centre wing position. He plays on, goes across the face of goal towards Connor Downham. Sits up easy for him here. Now it just eludes him a little. McGee came chasing late. Kick goes long down towards the pocket, out of bounds. No, it stays in somehow. Out of nowhere. Kick goes long. Roach went back with a flight. Studley was there too. They're in real trouble here, the Sharks, if they can't hold it up, and they do very well. We'll see a ball up. Raglioni and Studley in the ruck. Studley won it down. Raduns will track the footy first. His kick is rushed. It's a real high one. Holdsworth takes the mark. Holdsworth is pretty keen to have a shot on goal from here. He'll be kicking the better part of 55. Long roost. Almost got the journey. Goes through from behind.
Yeah, funny one. I think he's kicked it off. Was he left footer there as well? So he's hard up on the boundary, and you think it's probably always going to curl across the face, but wasn't a million miles off. Couldn't find any Sorell mark there in the goal square, and just another behind.
So Murphy to bring the ball out. There you go, short, finding Roach. Roach looks up. He's got Joseph on a long lead backwards. Short kick. Clark did well in front of Byers.
Got to be careful here. Souter's placed himself well. He's kind of, here he goes. This will be him. Up he goes.
Joseph worked the body beautifully.
I thought there was a push in the back there, I'll be honest.
Well, I think Souter sort of put a little bit of mayonnaise on it.
Might have dressed it up.
Finds it. McGee. McGee's long kick. Down towards Swan. Working to the front of the pack. Little fist came in over the top there from, might have been Felix Williams. Trouble here. Holdsworth got the handball over to Anderton. Anderton short to Jones. Jones run himself into trouble, has to go all the way back to Holdsworth. Holdsworth's got Rexy Johnson tracking him, and so he wheels around onto the left and sends it into the centre of the oval. Punch came over the top of Downham. Downham went and tracked the footy, then just gave it away. Clark went in hard, got the footy, gave it off to Skelly. Skelly's bent one round the corner towards Williams, and that's a hold. It'll be a free kick going to Williams. So big Felix can go back and have a shot and just peg the margin back a little further.
Yeah, it's a much closer game, much tighter contest in the second quarter. And Dodgers are really just hanging in there. They're probably not as clean or as smooth with the ball, but the effort, the endeavour, and that real desire just to hang in there.
Tonked it out on the full. Gee whiz. Long kick. Goes out wide to the wing. We've got a ball up here. Got fans coming in, Stu. They're saying you're the bloke from 7 News.
Making friends everywhere you go, Chips.
It's a high tackle. A free kick going to the Sharks.
He might have even given it a bit of go, the Blues, as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, lids on. Lids are off. Long kick. That one went through a lot of people. Out the back, Kenny off the ground. He loves it too. That's the sort of stuff they want. That's what they need. Just little bits and pieces.
And I've gone to the notes that he's Angus. And so we're in Gus territory for Angus, is that?
Well, they're both Gus. They're Fergus and Angus.
Yep.
But apparently Ferg gets Ferg and Angus gets Gus.
There's a couple of them holding their breath just to see if that was going to spin over the line. He's just whacked a toe in on it here. Sneaky. And it just almost sat up but ran over the line. And
Gus has shaved his beard off. He's got his moustache still, so at least there's a little bit of facial coverage. Loves the ball bonce too. Why not?
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. 28 points the margin. So a little comeback here for the boys from Dodges Ferry. It's the Battle of the Causeway. Kenny got a hand in, then got tripped. Umpire missed it. Little smother laid. Was good. Sawford bent around the corner. Just through the fingertips there of Johnson, and it rolls out now. Is that A-Lime's out there in the long sleeve? Wheeling around. That might have been Sawford. Big fly. Perkins at the back. Anderton dribbles it across the face of goal for a behind. He's had 2 behinds in the term, Mitch Anderton. 8-8-56, plays 4-3-27. So it's 29 points the margin. I like this kid, Johnson. Rex Johnson. Played really well last week. It was a bit of a shining light and a pretty sad day. Joseph infringed upon Poland. Pond's going to get it here. No, Sawford. Gave it back to his man Legos. Poland's kick is beautiful. Finds Souris. So Marty man. Long kick, Anderton will fly. The number of players got the fists in. Byers at the bottom of the pack. Just sent a real high skyrocket. And just sitting underneath a footy, Studley takes the mark on the last line of defence. Jeez, Joseph could have had the kick there, but McGee's the target. Did really well, McGee. Gave it off. Oh, gee. That's holding the footy on Brody Tegg. Just a bit too slow. Anderton wheels around, sends the ball long. Big fly at the back. It was Will Francis, I think, at the bottom of the pack. Got the handball up. Here's Perkins fending off one. Give it to Byers. Byers slipped over, was on a treadmill. Back to Perkins. Perkins hit the wrong side of the footy. Out on the full.
The goal umpire might have been trying to say that had bounced inside the line. How is it?
Hand up.
Hand up, yeah.
Booth. This is Orlando Archer. His kick, long. Jumping in was Pollard. He just reads the play so well. And then his left foot...
He whacks it, doesn't he?
It almost cannons, doesn't it?
Yep.
Skelly. Short kick. Finds Studley. Back to Skelly. Skelly's left foot kick is a good one. Oh, just a little fingertipper there. Couldn't get there. Poland now has all the time in the world. Got there in the end. Got a little tackle. Look at that.
Yeah.
Elite work.
Isn't it?
Byers. Plays on quickly. Sends a long one. And look at that. Strong grab. Alome's just got the long levers on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's Alome's. He was impressive in the middle earlier in the quarter when he was giving Big Sauter a spell on the ruck, and he was just too long and too strong, I think, in that contest, and he'd like to knock this one straight through the middle. I reckon he's probably 15, 20 metres out. Very, very small angle.
Don't put the mockers on this one as well. Stu, geez, he's bunted it through. Gives the jersey a tug. He's got his first goal of the game.
He cleared the man on the mark.
Just.
Yeah. Cigarette paper, I reckon, there.
Tally-o. The goal stands. Let's see where it come off his leg. He's almost hit it off the kneecap. Look at that. Tommy Alomes, don't tell me he's not invested in this Sorell footy club. He loved it.
There's a bit of swagger there in that strut too.
So we're back in the guts. Can't be long till half time. We'll try and bring you an interview with one of the Sorell faithful at half time. Little slip there. Tompkins tracks the footy, then just left it behind. Kenny goes back to Tompkins. It was not Tompkins, it was the new fella, Joshy Oates, that came in, couldn't gather. And it's out of bounds, tapped across the line. We're 22 minutes in. How weird is it that we're almost at half time in the footy and it's just going 2 p.m. It's great.
A lot to be said for it.
We've got Rezzies after this, I think. It's been a free kick. Joey Sauter gave the handball off to running Downham, who might have had 35 today already. Raglioni scoops it up to a running man. That might have been, yeah, it was Sawford, who gave it off. That's a good tackle. Good chase down tackle on Alomes again. It was Orlando Archer. Oh, gee, Teg's got to do some work here. Booth gave it back to Teg, was good. That kick is a kick in hope almost. Bottom of the pack, Holdsworth gave it off to Downham. Downham to Sauter. Sauter gave a handball in hope. Oates got tackled beautifully by Bob Jones. Right in front of the wet area too. Ignores Dan Lewis, who's still by himself. He pops it over the top to Raglioni.
He's the kind of cult hero kind of vibes around Bob Jones.
He's just loved. Bob Jones is just loved. One day he came into the radio at Triple M for an interview. He's introduced himself as, look at that for a tackle. Beautiful. He goes, "G'day, I'm Alex." I'm like, "Is your name Alex?" He goes, "Yeah." And I was with the president, Robbie Isles, and Robbie said, "That is the first time I've ever heard you call yourself Alex." Anderton out of the ruck, out on the full. Anyway, nobody knew his name was Alex. It's Bob.
Oh. There you go. Bob, man of mystery.
Man of mystery. Got himself back into the senior side this year after missing a bit in the last couple. Big fly. Sauter just has the ball elude him. Anderton clever. Sauter just threw it away. Sawford to Jones. Over the top to Lewis. Lewis underground handball. Went looking for Anderton. Got his little hand on it. It's hot in the kitchen at the minute. Fist away. No one had the footy there. Umpire probably needs to pull a free kick out here. He decides it's not about anyone's free kick. He'll take it. Little head knock there maybe for Liam Roach. It's been pretty good, Orlando Archer, but that handball goes nowhere. Archer then just tracked on with a little punch away from behind, came from Felix Williams. Steinbauer later tackle, Tegg through traffic, got his handball just. Tompkins can't get it past Jones. Jones got his handball away. Gee, I'll tell you what, Ben Steinbauer's unlucky to not get a free kick there. Can we go back and have a look at that? I think as he was coming off, Ollie Holdsworth just manhandled Ben Steinbauer. You see Steinbauer's down on the ground there right behind us. Anyway, game goes on.
It's been a little touch off the boot and called play on. I thought Poland had mopped that one up, and it's exactly the trap I think the Dodgers were setting themselves up to fall into. They've got a lot of their players behind the contest on the defensive side, and it's really hard for them to connect going towards their goal.
Jackson forgot to kick the footy. He just dropped it towards his boot. Brock Daniels loves it. Look at this. Boom. What a great tackle. Brock Daniels just ran straight over the top. Tegg just left it behind. Steinbauer got up from the Brock Daniels. Just a little bit off the ball here. I'll get you to keep your eyes on that for me, Stu. As the kick goes forward, little tap on there by Joseph was good. McGee gave the handball to the runners. Now a chance for Clark, who goes back to his man Billy Triffett. Triffett goes towards goal. Maybe a free kick. It will be to Bodie Kingston. What was happening off the ball?
Didn't develop into anything. Daniels was clearly annoyed at something that had happened. He's just walking into the camera shot there.
It looks a bit sore.
A little bit sore.
I'll be honest, that's how he looks at the best of times.
Right.
He always looks a bit sore. Billy Triffett tracks the footy. Bob Jones, who'll give away a free kick. Zach Clark. Play on was the call. You've taken advantage. Big high one, McGee. You can't do that. It'll be a free kick going to McGee. So Zach Clark took advantage, then stopped. And then got called play on advantage. Play on advantage. I'm going to have to take my dog. I've got my dog here. I have to take her around to a puddle somewhere to get her a drink, I think. Unless she's keen for a beer. Anyway, Specky McGee, Big Connor. He'll kick from 35 out. Must kick. He's just drilled it nicely. A little bit of belief. It's that first term.
Yeah, left them with a lot of work to do, but I think it's probably 4 goals to 2, I think, by my count in this quarter.
It is.
You know, obviously Sorell have probably had a couple of chances that they've not converted, but to be fair, Dodgers have been pretty good for it this quarter. They've hung in there. They've found a way to get the ball in the dangerous situations, and then on those occasions when they get a shot on goal through a free kick like that one or otherwise, they've managed to make get the scoreboard ticking.
This might be, here in Dodges Ferry, might be the only clubs without electric scoreboards. So surely they're going to get some sort of help in the next few years as Kenny dove on the footy. The ball just seems to be, this is almost like rugby league at the minute. It's a rolling maul.
Yeah, and I think Kenny and Steinbauer and and Triffett have just come in there, and they look like they don't mind it in close, actually. They're really slugging away.
Out the back it comes for Francis. He's met heavily.
That was a flick pass.
Play on.
I think that's...
Downham goes towards goal. Oh, Sawford's going to mop this up. This is bread and butter for Jacob Sawford. Bang, he's got 2.
Cheeky one out the back. I've got to say, I reckon there was a pretty questionable handball that got that move going. Might have just blindsided the umpire, because we've seen him pretty hot on a couple of those, but it was back in the middle of the ground. And,
well, that's a great reward at half-time for the Sorell Eagles. They lead 10-8, 68 to 5-3, 33. Goal scorers, 3 to Perkins, 3 to Jacob Sorford, then singles to Will Francis, who got the first of the game, Hugh Byers, Tom Alomes, Nick Reglione and Jetty Johnson. For the Dodges Ferry Sharks, it's 5 individual goal kickers. Connor McGee, Zach Clark, Angus Kenny, Zach Swan and Josh Oates. Tubes Taylor with you. I'm going to quickly go out and try and get an interview before the boys head into the ground rooms. Stick around. Adi Butterworth, the captain of the Sorell Eagles. What did you make of that first half?
Yeah, no, I thought we started really well. Obviously, Dodgers are a fantastic side. It's always a tough contest against them. They got a little bit of momentum late in the second quarter there, but thought we reined it back a little bit. And yeah,
Jeremiah Perkins looks really dangerous up forward, but he's Jacob Sorford as well around the feet of those blokes.
Yeah.
Nick Reglione hasn't come into the game as much as he would have liked yet, but
yeah.
your forward line looks really potent.
Yeah, that's the pleasing thing, mate. They really work well together. Jeremiah's getting in some good spots, but as long as they're bringing it to the ground, we've got the blokes like young Sorford, Reglione to get in the game around their feet, young Jed Johnson as well. And you see Tommy Alomes get up there and do a good clunk and kick the goal as well. So the forwards are working really well together, flushing out, putting that pressure on, and our defence is really starting from our forwards.
What do you reckon Jack Johnson's message is going to be at halftime?
Just calm down, take a minute. We can slow the ball down at times. It doesn't always have to be fast. We'll just implement that and just keep doing what we're doing. So.
All right, mate. You got your hands full down the back line, so you better
Should
get
be
back in
good.
there.
Thanks very much.
There
Thanks,
he goes. That's Adi Butterworth, the captain of the Sorell Eagles, going at halftime. It's a 35-point margin in favour. Have you seen it right? Yeah, 35 points. Had to do my maths really quickly there. 35-point margin in favour of the Sorell Eagles. They lead here at Pembroke Park. It's Hobart Airport SFL. It's the Dodges Ferry Sharks and Sorell Eagles here at Sorell. My name's Tubes Taylor. Don't go anywhere. More action in just a moment. We've got the second half coming up next. Thanks, brother. Cheers. Oh, great game. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway. The Sharks have been kept in the rooms a little bit longer. We're at the Hobart Airport SFL round 8 match between Sorell Eagles and Dodges Ferry Sharks. A big rivalry in the Southern Footy League. Literally a stone's throw away from each other. And currently it is a 35-point margin in favour of the home side, and that was pretty much what the margin was. It was 39 points at quarter time. My name's Tubes Taylor. A pleasure to have your company from wherever you are watching. Stu Warren is my guest commentator. Stu, what do you reckon about that first half of footy?
Well, Sorell jumped them in the first quarter, and they were cleaner, played the better footy and kicked away. And if it wasn't for that Sorford goal very late in the piece, just right before the siren at half-time there, Dodgers would have been much happier with their second quarter. They probably, let him get out the back and just keep that bit of margin on. But the second quarter was much more competitive, and I think they found a way to play through the Sorell defence. Sorell have set themselves up really nicely from what I've seen behind the ball. Dodgers maybe lacked an outlet ahead of the contest a couple of times. I'll be interested to see if they can kind of get that balance a little bit more finely tuned during the third quarter, but it looks like we're ready to go.
We do. Back in the middle. And we are away. Third quarter. Rush ball goes forward. Here's a chance for Kenny. Can't get a hold of it. Tapped on nicely. As the Eagles get the ball smothered. There's Legos that couldn't get it away. Umpire's called holding the footy here, so it'll be a free kick to the Sharks. It'll be big Specky McGee to have a shot on goal. Tough angle.
It looked like a tough call from the umpire as well. Legos might have, maybe he's dragged it back in. I couldn't quite get a good look at it. But yeah, here comes McGee out of the pocket, staring straight at the sun. Let's see what he can do.
Just got to kick it straight. Looks okay off the boot. It's not going to have the journey. Umpire's pulled out a free kick going to the Eagles. So it'll be Poland, who's been a bit of a thorn in the side of those Dodges Ferry attackers. And his timing on the footy is so nice when he kicks it. Chance out the back here. That was good by Steinbauer. Joseph shrugged past one, gave the handball off. Triffitt's kick goes inside forward 50, but it'll be chopped off by Downham, who just seems to be everywhere at the minute.
Between Downham and Daniels, there's been a lot of touches on the footy.
And a lot of headband.
A lot of headband, a lot of hair.
Holdsworth. Left foot little chisel over the top to Jackson. That's not Jackson at all. It was Dan Lewis who found Perkins. Perkins looks up. He's got Sorford on the lead, who just ducked back into the spot. And unfortunately for Orlando Archer, he went for the body contact and Sorford just got him on the wrong side. Great kick.
Yeah, I reckon it was a bit more of a helicopter kind of spin on that one. But
it was a good kick. I'm getting chirped from the peanut gallery too.
Got where it was meant to go, and good connection between Perkins and Sorford there. I think they've combined for about 5 or 6 goals now.
Sorford's kicked a beauty. That's his third. And the first of the third term to extend the margin back to 41. I've just found out that we've got Jeremiah Perkins' family right next to us, so I'll only be saying nice things. I won't say who it is, but it's definitely his family because they just told me. So I'll only be saying nice things about him from now on. He's kicked 3-3, so he needs to lift. Back in the guts. We're 3 minutes in. And it just shows you what the miss of Connor McGee's goal does. Gee, Kenny had his hands held there. Over the top, Kingston tracks the footy back. Here's a chance for Johnson. Oh, that's a great goal. He caught one in the snout. But he's got the goal. Rex Johnson, the young gun, gets one back immediately. And that took about 30 seconds from the middle to the goals.
Yeah, he's been collected heavily there, and he's really committed. He's snapped it beautifully. But, yeah, I think the trainer's going to be calling him straight off the ground. He's holding the right side of his face. Could have kind of been jaw areas. Could have been.
Oh, it was 80 Butterworth that came through.
Shoulder and elbow
down.
kind of thing.
Yeah. We might get another look at that one if we can. Adam and the team at Content Visuals doing a wonderful thing. Look at this. They'll rewind it. Here it is. It was a great finish. I don't know. I think it's just a little bit of whiplash there. That
it's shoulder to shoulder, I think, by the look of it. But anyway, regardless, he's earned that one. And he's been among the better players, I think, Johnson, for Dodgers through the first half as well. He stood up really well.
Certainly has. Francis jumped in over the top, and we'll see a ball up. Just looking over at the bench here, Rex Johnson's just a little sore. I think he'll be okay.
Down on his haunches there at the moment.
Yeah.
He just could be a bit wobbly.
Billy Triffitt gets a pat on the back from Bradley Jackson. Souter wins it down again. Daniels got it out to Jackson. A couple of hard nuts for the Eagles. Drives the ball forward. Souris got his handball over the top. Souris tracked the ball again. Just a little punt over the top and rolls through for a behind. .36 points the margin, and even 6 goals. Kenny goes wide looking for Tegg. Tegg got over the top. Lewis, handball to a Hope. Clark got it back. And now the Sharks go down towards Connor McGee, who got called to play on. Gee whiz.
That was a tough one.
Yeah,
I think he had enough of that.
If that's holding the ball, it's a little sad because Byers copped Roach high there, I thought.
Yeah, and I think the umpire second-guessed himself there. I think his first instinct was to call that high one. It was definitely there. And he squared it away probably in the end.
That just typifies how hard it is. As Joseph tries a torpedo and ends up being a bush punt. 80 Butterworth will get a free kick here. Gee, this bloke absolutely is the personification of, oh, that's a big hit. And well played. Tegg could finish from here. If he goes through, it's going to be a McGee flies touched across the line. So behind Lewis, who played at the Sharks a couple of years ago. Gave it back to Bateman. Bateman goes wide to Poland. Poland could have a shot from here. That's how good a kick he is. Look at that. That's a 50-metre just chisel. He's kicked that from half-back. And everyone's giving high fives here everywhere, but I don't even know where the ball is. Luke Murphy's just rolling through for high fives. He's just high-fiving everyone. Come and give me one, Luke. Tompkins out of the ruck. Punts it forward. Clark, who's played pretty well, gets called to play on. Gee whiz.
Need to cling onto that one.
Kenny with a big tackle. Joseph went and got the footy, just scooped it into the corridor. Daniels gave it over the top. Souris can't get rid of it.
He's called the high one there, yep.
Plays on quickly into the pocket. Big punch away by Murphy. And if 80 Butterworth personifies the Sorell Footy Club, Luke Murphy does the same for the Sharks at bookends of the ground. Boundary throwing. There's an argument here between Waterboys. Anderton gave a little handball out. Francis will track the footy. He made it look better than it was. Big fly from Perkins. Got the fist over the top. Anderton spun out of trouble, gave off his handball to Souris. Souris goes wide and finds Sorford. This is Miles.
It was really nice work from Anderton there. He was pinged in the tackle on his way from marking and still managed to get the ball away.
Short kick finds Downham. His composure around the footy, Mitch Anderton's, really can't be understated. For years, he's made things look easier than what they are. He just slows everything down. Short one. And Perkins.
The fan club's pretty happy with that too.
What is this rent a crowd for Perko? He's brought his entire family down. There's about 17 of them here, Stu.
They can't watch.
Well, we've got a good spot from the Kia Tasman.
Right behind the line of this one.
We are. There's a galah on top of the things I reckon he's got to aim for, and he's made that work nicely. Cheeky 4-pack for the spearhead in front of the family.
And I think, not to overplay it, but you come back to Anderton's bit of work there in the marking contest and keeping the ball alive. And, you know, his composure matched probably by his teammates there. They've just waited. They've found the open player and, you know, in the end, the pass to Perkins. And I think, Tubes, I heard your interview there at half-time, and they talked about slowing the ball down and not needing to play on and rush at every opportunity, and I reckon that's what we've seen, and it's paid off.
Absolutely.
41-point lead, and they're good for it. Alom's back in the ruck maybe there, is it?
Yeah, and there's been a throw, so it's going to the Sharks. They'd love to get a couple, just string a couple of back-to-back goals together. Kenny gets a push in the back. A little overzealous there from Liam Legos. And Kenny is getting direction from everyone, and his kick was a real floater. Over the ball there, Poland got it out towards Jackson. Jackson's kick will bounce up here for Daniels. Daniels gave it off, and the Eagles are out. Lewis goes one way, then the other. And there he is, Raduns. Takes a nice, strong contested mark at centre wing. Raduns' kick into the path of Swan. Really rove beautifully by Clark. Gave it to Kenny. Kenny spun himself into trouble. Bouncing ball for Jones as he taps it away to the boundary. Kenny's done really well. Didn't take a hold of the footy, but the ball rolls across the line for a boundary throw-in. 11-9, 81. Sorell lead Dodges Ferry, 6-4-40. Someone got some of that special...
There's a fire pit just to our left-hand side here, and I think they're burning something interesting on it at the moment. And
some sort of, strange smell coming out from the fire pit, as you said. And there's not a bloke here called fire pit, that's for sure. Long kick inside forward 50. McGee gets worked under the ball by Bateman. Really good defensive work. Good to see Johnson back on the field. But he can't trace the footy.
I reckon, though, that if someone called Fire Pit was going to come to the footy somewhere on a Saturday afternoon, it could be at Sorell.
Yeah, it's a special variety of...
hand-rolled?
Burning. That's a good handball. Jackson, the recipient of it from 80 Butterworth. The long kick up centre wing. Bouncing ball. Perkins just touched it across the line. Where's the boundary umpire? He's
85 metres away.
So we'll see a boundary throw-in.
It's a long boundary, and it's a long way away from us, but he was in another postcode when that ball went out there.
He was. He might have actually been in Dodges Ferry. Yeah, umpire's pulled out a throw here. Brock Daniels on the ground arguing about it. He's looking at Kim Dillon doesn't take any crap either. So Tompkins has the footy at centre wing. Like I said, a couple of goals here back to back gives the Sharks a bit of belief. Studley across the face of goal. Finds Archer. Archer's got Ferg Kenny. Oh, geez, absolutely done him dirty there. Ferg Kenny did really well to make it look way better than it was. It was a horrible kick. Anderton gave it back to Downham. Downham goes wide to Sorford.
This is going to be one of these times when Sorell have to hold up here because they've been drawn a long way down the ground. I just saw Perkins even up past centre wing. He wouldn't have been that far from goal all year, I don't reckon.
Downham now plays on. Murphy did really well. Anderton again got the ball out. Alomes goes long with a kick. Archer's got a couple to beat. And he's cramping up.
He's gone early. Plane spotting, Tubes.
Yeah, I'm doing a bit of plane watching. It's an interesting looking plane. I'm at that time of my life where I've got the plane tracking apps.
Oh, yeah. Nothing better.
Boundary throwing. Raduns takes a hold of the footy. We'll see a ball up. Just wondering where that one's been. Interesting looking plane.
It was. Perkins has wheeled out of that contest and got it onto his left, but he's actually not got quite the purchase. A couple of snaps he probably hasn't quite got right today. But he's still dangerous whenever the ball's near him.
Skelly has the footy, goes wide to Booth. That's the Royal Flying Doctors Service, come from Burnie. There you go. Short one to Archer. Archer's got to be quick here. He's got Billy Triffett all by himself. Instead he goes short, finds Roach. Oh, Roach is in real trouble here. That's a great tackle, Sorford.
Really nowhere to hide when that happens.
No. You got it. This again. This is a great learning facility now for Roachy. Get back off your mark. Give yourself a bit of time and space, because you know if you step off the line, he's only got to track you 2 steps. Then pretty simple footy in the end. Anyway, Jacob Sorford for goal number 4.
It's hard to tell from here. It feels like he's a fair way out. It's going to have to flush this. And
like
has.
that.
And
like
has.
that.
Yep.
Wowee, Gary. That is a beautiful kick. Back-to-back goals.
So that's Sorford and Perkins 4 apiece.
That's correct. And now it just puts doubt into the mind of Dodges Ferry. When you look at the scoreboard, they're 47 points down. And they just can't seem to get a goal. The back 6 of Sorell has been absolutely outstanding. Will Poland's reading the ball as good as you've ever seen. Doesn't look like Bodie Kingston's got an opponent. Haiti Butterworth, I don't even know who he's playing on, but he seems to be everywhere.
And they're just not giving up those repeat entries is what seems to be standing out to me. They're good enough by foot, or they've had a lot of that really strong run overlap from half back, and they've chained it out, or they've really just found targets.
Out it comes now. Billy Triffett gets it forward. Williams got a little fist on it. Jackson tracked the footy. He got tackled by Clark. Clark dragged it back in. Made it look like it was Jackson. Out it comes to the back from Bodie Kingston, who gets DDT'd.
It was more like a small parcel, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Boston Crab.
Yeah.
There's the replay. And look at the little salute to the
bit of Shooter McGavin
fans. Yeah. Johnson can't shrug that one. Bodie Kingston came over the top. There'll be a bit here. Brad Joseph isn't happy with the treatment that his young gun got. Huey Byers has been good. He looks across the face of the goal. Dangerous kick. That's a strong grab.
Good mark.
It's big Felix Williams. He sends a long one down towards goal. Butterworth did well. Worked it across the line. Rushed through for a behind.
Some good news, I suppose, out of that holding the ball for Dodgers. I think it might have been Rex Johnson that he jumped and pulled over his head and got caught with the pill. Good to see him back on. There's a little
Just
bit
keep an eye on that for me as the game goes on. Poland goes wide. Brad Joseph's involved, is he, over there? Probably just coming to defend the honour of one of his young guns. Kenny goes down towards Clark, who can't take the mark. He gets pushed off it by Bateman. Clark did well to bounce on up. And the umpire's saying, did he deliberately dispose of that over the line? No, said the umpire. Boundary throw-in. It's getting dark. And it's 2:45. Kenny out the back to his brother. Couple of Kennys combined. Oh, gee, Specky McGee.
Lee Matthews would have loved that from, was it 40-something years ago when he snapped a point post or something, I think, by running into it. We didn't get that out of McGee, but he's hit the post hard, bounced off it, and then had enough composure just to drop it on his boot and kick the goal. Whack. Is it?
He paid them. He took the mark. I thought that footy over the backside was actually the ball.
Yeah, no.
And he's bunted it through. So, again, if they can get back-to-back goals here, I reckon McGee's got his second. 40 points the margin. If they can get it back to, say, 30, 24 would be ideal. They need 3 goals to get it down. Unanswered goals too, which is tough. Tegg got it out. Steinbauer gave up a handball. Now they in trouble here. That was a throw to Francis, who goes long, deep down towards Perkins, who's got a handful here. Now it comes out the back to Sawford. Sawford dribbling, and Steinbauer rushes it across the line for behind. $13.10.88. 7.5.47.
Steinbauer's got it there. It was a good mark. Had to stick.
This looks all right as they build through Kenny. Kenny's turned into trouble. Threw a little handball over the top to Raduns. Raduns' rush kick should be gobbled up. There's a number of players around the footy. Joseph did really well. Jackson did even better just to push his man off the footy. Through came the Eagles and off Jackson runs. Gives it off to Souter. Souter's got a long way down to pick up that footy off the ground. And that one is rushed across the line for a boundary throw, and I think he'd be happy with that, big Joey Souter.
Yeah, he's halved that contest and got away with it. He'll get back in the ruck. He's, I don't know, obviously haven't got the... Oh, here's the stink from before. I think it was Studley might have been involved, was it?
That's Joseph there just going on with it as the kick comes down for Butterworth. There's a bit of aggression here. Hugh Byers, Brad Joseph just getting involved. They love it tough, those blokes. Souter takes the mark. That's where he wants them, up around his eyes, not around his ankles. Gee, they're game letting the ruckman kick it, but when they kick it 65 like that, bang. Alomes gives it off to the running Anderton. Anderton's left foot kick down towards Perkins. Punched away and rolls over the line in front of Sawford.
Yeah, you'd have to say the field kicking's been a feature for Sorell today, and it's something that they've clearly been superior to Dodgers just with those long passes. Hitting leading targets, getting the ball clear of their defence really effectively.
Roach won it down. Tegg laid a tackle. Umpire will say, give it to me. So, ball up. Roach won it down. Steinbauer did well. Tracked the footy, then got folded in half. Will Francis at the bottom of the pack. Rex Johnson shrugged past one. Can't get past 2 or 3. Daniels lost track of the footy. Kenny gave it out to Tegg. Tegg's kick goes long. It's a good kick. Oates goes all the way back to Tegg. Tegg rushes a kick. High one. Sitting underneath it, it'll be Butterworth. He looks to transfer play. He's got Bob Jones back if he wants. He decides to go down towards his ruckman. Sawford got it punched away by Steinbauer. And we'll see a ball up. Check out the girls on the back of that ute.
Got a good setup.
Go around to the left, cameraman. Look at them. They're rugged up. They got a doona on the back of a ute. As Daniels is burrowed in. Go left, Andy. There. No. Yes. Look at them. Rugged up in a doona. How good is that? That's an elite setup. Righto. Here he is, big Liam Roach. He pops it over the top. And 80 Butterworth just fists it across the line.
And they're set up pretty well over there, but they're also in the right spot. The majority, you would say, I don't know, feels like 99% of the play's been on that outer wing this afternoon. And
there's no real bruises. Normally down here at Pembroke Park, it's a shocker.
Whistles through.
Yep. Couple of Harley Davidsons getting around the backside here. So kick goes inside forward 50. Oh, that is a great work by Adrian Butterworth. Heart and soul of the Eagles, taking a courageous mark, going back with a flight. That's game. Kicks into the man of the mark though. Bouncing ball here. Kenny tracks the footy. Steinbauer can't get a hold of it. Goes back to gather. Gives it off now to Johnson. Johnson can't get past that man. He got a handball away. Here's Raduns that goes high. Bob Jones tracking the footy and takes an easily uncontested grab.
And he's got another uncontested mark in the pocket, and they've got overlap on here.
Raglione to Lewis to Holdsworth. Geez, put him under a little big fly.
What a mark.
Williams takes the mark over the top of Holdsworth. He finds Triffett. Maybe that's the thing that gets them going. We'll get another replay of that mark in a sec. Triffett way down and nice mark, Connor McGee.
Just your absolute classic sit from Williams. The ball just sat up with that
Holdsworth
chip pass off half back. Williams came in.
Here it is.
Got a knee in and up he went.
Yeah, love that. Anyway, Connor McGee's got to kick this goal. If they are any chance, the Sharks from here must kick. Currently trailed by 41. And he's not been able to work that well enough. Margin just 40 points. Long kick down the wing. Triffett couldn't get a hold of it. Anderton with a clever little touch to Francis. Francis's kick will work okay here. Coming through there is nice work, Archer. Laid it off to Murphy for the Shepherd. And they just could have raffled that and no one won. Out it comes with Downham. Clever touch. Finds Sawford. Come on. Stand up, Jacob. That's right in front of us here in the key of Tasman. We saw that a mile off. Sawford went down easy. Long kick. Sitting underneath the footy. A couple of fists came over the back. Here's a chance for Alomes. Couldn't get a hold of it. Nicely done. Out it comes for Kenny. Kenny up to Booth. Booth gave it over the top to Murphy. Murphy goes inboard, a little overcooked. And I'll tell you what, Roach has made him look good. Needs to be quick. Tell you what, there was no talk there whatsoever. The handball comes out for Byers. Byers goes long and deep. Perkins is all by himself.
Yeah, they've just broken down in defence there again, or coming out of defence again there, Dodges Ferry. And it looked like Roach just about got caught with the pill again. He's had one unfortunate holding the ball earlier in the quarter, but it probably just that lack of talk and then also the lack of organisation back. We saw Perkins come up the field.
Out.
Yeah. Perkins came up and he's motored back, cruised past, and actually just hasn't been picked up in transition and gets a free one.
And Perkins has kicked a helicopter punt through for his fifth.
It's been acknowledged. Yeah, no, not a pretty kick, but you take him. It's a handful. He's averaged 6 a game through the first 7. He's right on track. He might even exceed his average the way he's going, but probably he's worked harder for goals at other times than he had to for that one, and I would say just hasn't been picked up. And I don't know who's got the job on him at the moment, but it'd be hard work, whoever it is.
I think it's been Luke Murphy for the majority of the game. Has had Jeremiah Perkins, and don't worry, he's a dour defender. He doesn't like giving up goals. He won't be happy with this. As the ruck contest one down again. Through comes Tegg with a bit of pace. Handballed over the top. A little hot there for Roach, but it made him look okay. Roach's kick is a good one. Williams on the second grab takes it in front of Jones. Needs to be quick, get it into an open forward line. He wheels around into the pocket. Oh, couldn't quite get there. It was Studley. They come from everywhere, the Sharks. And now a little burrow in over the top of Bodie Kingston. And we'll see a ball up. Brad Joseph comes off the bench, fresh legs. After a quick rest, I'm sure, with the last 5 minutes of this term, or 2 minutes really, in he comes trying to get into it. Bodie Kingston. Jones got it fisted away from him, nicely done. A little scrappy stuff here, just popped out of the hands. Nice pick up by Byers. Huey Byers, very smooth. Booth over the top of Daniels, gave off the handball nicely. Curran sends the ball long inside forward 50. They need a mark here. Can't quite get it. Staying at the bottom of the pack was Swan. He ran past a couple, gave it off to Joseph. Joseph goes goalward. And it's across the face of goals. And Dan Lewis is happy to see the ball go through for a behind. Real seesawing affair here at the moment with regards to scoring. 7-7-49 to 14-10-94. It's certainly been way more even in this last second and third term than what it was.
Nice mark.
Daniels.
You won't see Souter outmarked in a pack too often today, but it's his teammate Daniels has just come through and clunked that one.
We've got a bit of assistance, to be fair. Billy Triffett takes the mark right on the three-quarter time siren. So that is all she wrote for the third term. 14-10-94. Here's a replay of that mark. You got some assistance from Joe Souter, and Joe Souter turned around and had a little wry smile and said, Brock, come on, mate. 14-10-94. Sorell lead Dodges Ferry 7-7-49. Goal kickers for the Eagles. It's a 5-pack to Jeremiah Perkins, 4 to Jacob Sorford, then singles to Francis, Byers, Alomes, Raglioni and Jed Johnson. And for the Sharks, it's 2 to Connor McGee, then singles to Zach Clark, Rex Johnson, Angus Kenny, Zach Swan and Josh Oates. It is three-quarter time here at Pembroke Park in your Hobart Airport SFL Community League meeting. Round 8 match between the Eagles and the Sharks. It's the Eagles in control. We'll be right back. Final term about to get underway. We've got the camera on Brad Joseph down there. That's Brock Daniels, and I've known Brock for a long, long time. He will not shut up. He will continue to talk smack forever and ever. Here we go, fourth time, about to get going. It's gone. Ruck contest, Souter wins it down. Handball came out the back. Look at him, Brock Daniels. He'll be talking to him while he tackles him too. That's the sort of fella he is. Tompkins gives the ball back to the umpire as the lights are on here, and it is literally 3 o'clock.
There's games in this comp that haven't started yet, I think.
No. Brock Daniels cop one around the headband, and then he just... I think when Brock Daniels cops run around, gets a clip around the ears, he actually really loves it. And it comes for Byers. Byers bends it a little too hard. That one's out of bounds. Probably a good result for the Eagles in the end. Might have to do the windows up here in a minute.
We'll get closer to the fire pot, maybe.
Not that bloke called fire pot. He had something else that might have caused a hindrance to you and me and our ability to think. Ruck contest, one down. Perkins just pops it on the boot. It goes straight up in the air. Chance now for Tompkins, who gave it off to Joseph. Joseph gave it to Raduns. Raduns goes long, and that's a nice mark to Josh Oates, who's got a little bit of cramp, so he gives it off to Joseph. Joseph pops it over the top for Kenny, who takes a strong mark. And now he plays on quickly in a pair of school shoes, if you don't mind, and Brock Daniels comes in with a little left-hand dab and belts it across the line.
Going back a long way again, but I think it's a little bit of Simon Atkins or someone.
Yes.
The long sleeves and the pot that
Kenny's got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the Atkins boys here to relive the rivalry match. They don't look nearly as svelte as what they did when they were playing, as Kenny goes banging towards goal, and that's a good mark. Gee, so good. He reads the play beautifully, doesn't he, Will Poland? Got a little rainbow coming across the back of the oval here at Pembroke. Goes looking for Jones, and Jones takes a nice mark right on the boundary line. Jones just chips it over. And that one's over the line for a boundary throw-in. We're getting a bit of rain here.
There's a little bit of a spit coming through now. It's really clouded over. I think that's what's making us feel like dusk is approaching.
We had the aircon going before, and we might have to get the heater going here in a minute. We're in real trouble if Adam from Content Visuals gear starts getting wet. That's going to be the biggest issue. Out it comes now for Daniels, who handballs over the top to Downham. They're attacking in alphabetical order. Jones, Johnson, told you. Out it comes for Tegg. Back to Johnston. He goes long, and Will Poland takes the mark. 25 metres out from his defensive goal. Jackson.
And that's been the bit all day. I mean, he's marked it, like you say, 25 metres out, and in a flash, they're at the other end of the ground. And a big part of it is his distribution, Poland, by foot, has been just fantastic.
Yeah, it actually makes the most sweet noise when it comes off his boot too. Roach.
Here he is again.
A little push in the back for Poland.
I don't know if there was a lot in that. He definitely had hands out. I think he was maybe just trying to guard his space. Williams has probably maybe milked it a little bit, but fair enough. That's what the way umpire's seen it.
I like this from Poland though. Johnson does well, took the mark in front of Jones. That's a good mark.
You'd have him in the best, I think, for Dodgers today, Rex.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been tough, and I think he's 19. That's, I don't think I had any contested marks at 19. And that might be 50.
Yeah, put
down
this in
off the play. 80 Butterworth. 80 Butterworth off the ball has given it to Josh Oates, and Josh Oates has gone down. And Johnson gets the 50-metre penalty. Should that not be a free kick downfield rather than the 50? I'm not sure. Anyway, Johnson makes no mistake, gets the first goal of the last term, and that's exactly what they wanted.
And I hope they've got a spare footy because he's kicked it over the sort of safety net. Down, oh yeah, here come the boundary umpire's got one, but it's ended up pretty high up a tree, I reckon. So, oh no, it's come out. That's good. Yeah, good to see him back though, because he did catch that heavy knock. Went off looking pretty sore. Rex Johnson, in the act of kicking a goal, got crunched. I think was it just before half time.
Yeah.
And he's bounced back well.
His second goal of the game. It's back in the middle. A little dribble off the ground. Goes to Holdsworth, who attempts a torpedo. It lands okay for Anderton. He gave the handball off to Souris. Souris goes down towards Perkins, who just couldn't reel in the one-hander.
Had it spent before it was in the bank, I think.
My connection's lost, Adam, to the scoreboard. Stream. It's just the iPod. Can you put another goal on for Dodges Ferry, please? 55 plays 94. The scoreboard should read. Apologies to those at home. I can't get the scoreboard working from my spot. That's a good mark. Oh dear, trouble. Dodges Ferry.
Yep. That little fanning kick across half-back has been a worry for Dodgers this afternoon. They're really struggling to get clear here.
I've got black screen dots on the thing. I've got it now. Ball makes its way to centre wing, out of bounce. Be a boundary throw in. There must have been a second page on the thing, was there? 14-10-94 to 8-7-55. Daniels gets stripped of the footy. Umpire missed a free kick there. Studley's down behind play. Lewis got his kick long. Little fist over the top was good from Orlando Archer. It's good to see him back out on the field. We'll see a ball up. Ball somehow comes out for Sawford. Sawford's kick is marked by Booth.
I think it was Raglioni just getting it forward through just a bit of bulldozing work there.
Curran, right on the last line of defence, sends a helicopter punt. It's been a few of those today to Tompkins.
Yeah, that's that one again.
That's horrible. Got to get on top of those. Sawford, easy as you like. Tompkins is upset with himself. He knows he's given it up there when Murphy was absolutely out. Plenty of seagulls in front of the Kia Tasman here. So in comes Jacob Sawford for his fifth.
I think we saw him kick his last one from range.
Got a little bit of breeze working across his body. It's a long roost. It's not going to have the accuracy. It's through for a behind. His first behind of the day too. So margin back to 40 points.
Brock Daniels come off for a breather by the look of it. Plenty of high fives over there. He's definitely earned it.
And I tell you, he'll be yaffling the whole time. Murphy couldn't get there. That's throwing the ball. Anyway, Byers continues on. Little fist over the top from Raglioni. And the umpire holds it off. Booth couldn't get it. Little torp out of the area. Williams tried hard. So did Poland. Poland got a handball out wide. Running through is Lewis. Kenny shrugs past a couple. Then sends a burner straight to Triffett. Good kick. Triffett can hold on here and look towards Joseph. Umpire's pulled out a free kick here off the ball. And I think there's a card coming out too. Kenny gave it off the ball, I think. And Ferg Kenny. Come on, you peanuts. Who's calling out for 50? It's pretty funny.
It's lost a little bit of fizz out here at the moment, hasn't it?
I mean, 40 points is doable, but they just got a string. Like, how many times they kicked out from right in the corridor in their defensive 50?
Happened all afternoon too. Yep. This fella behind the play is real sore as well. Might have been Zach Clark, possibly.
Here comes Anderton. The ball's worked away for Anderton. He's kicked 3 behinds today, Mitch Anderton.
No, it wasn't.
Kenny. Sorry, it's Skelly, rather, who sends it long. Brad Joseph was asking for the footy for a long, long time. Radunce over the top. Joseph has the ball now, gives it off to Kenny. Kenny goes long towards Swan. Butterworth got in the way. That's a push in the back.
That should have been a free kick, yep.
And then that's called the Irish whip. Or a shoulder toss.
It was a hip toss or something, I think, that one.
It. Did you have a favourite wrestler when you were growing up?
Oh, George the Animal Steel was always the freak show.
Because he had a green tongue.
Yeah, he didn't mind that. And hairy shoulders, I think that's kind of a big takeaway. Iron Sheik.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the heels. I didn't mind the bad guys.
Really? Bad News Brown. Off it comes to Jones. Jim Hacksaw Duggan.
Yeah, Hacksaw.
Triffett gathers, gave it out. Booth got his handball smothered by Alomes. Through came a number of Sorell Eagles. That's a good kick into the corridor. Danger zones here. Clark, short, over the top. Curran can't get there. Anderton. See a ball up. The Sting's out of the game a little, I reckon.
Yep.
Anderton got it away. Kenny, Joseph got it off the ground. Here's Johnson in some space. How he uses this footy. That was good from all involved. That's great footy. Poland, elite use. That's the difference right there. Hits up Sawford. Sawford goes long to Raglioni, but he's outmarked by Joseph.
You love the contest from Felix Williams. He's been good in the air. He's brought the ball to ground when he hasn't marked it. He'll go again here, but Poland's just got him done. Probably, he's hurt actually by the look of things. Williams has probably got a corky or something from that previous contest. But yeah, Poland's used. And, obviously copped that card earlier, got a bit of hot under the collar, but he has looked composed every other time I've seen him on the ground. That's a high one there, surely.
Right in front of the peanut gallery too.
Joseph didn't miss. I think he's kind of hung on to him. It might have made it look a little bit less obvious than it seemed to be for me.
Yeah. Studley out of the ruck, gives it to Triffett. Triffett gets collected by Brock Daniels. I think Brock Daniels and Brad Joseph used to play together at Hobart a number of years ago, back in the day. Let him go, number 6, you clown. How good. Rex Johnson, I reckon you're right. He's definitely in the best players.
Yeah.
Byers. That's holding the footy. Surely he shrugged on and then played on. No, umpire says no. Perkins, downfield free kick perhaps against Triffett. So Perkins will have a shot at number 6.
Just getting a little bit tasty. And the umpies probably just want to make sure they get these calls right. You could be right on the perm call. What are we thinking there?
Has Jeremiah Perkins had a perm? Just getting a few requests from people in the... Yeah, the fans are asking. It's normally curly. Naturally curly. I reckon he's had some sort of product in the kit. Oh, across the face of goal. He looks good. Oh, yeah? You're doing... He's got the do. We've commented on it all day. Are you his mum? His mum's a hairdresser. That's classic Tasmania right there. That is a beautiful story. I thought he might have had some sort of product in it. Just that's how it is. Here's a funny story, Stu. He actually did the cabinetry at my house. That is his classic Tasmanian story. The game goes on. As that one's out of bounds. It'll be a free kick going to the Sharks. He did the cabinetry at my place. He's a good boy. Long kick. Oh, that's a big fly.
That Williams
might
again?
be an injury. No, that's Swan. That looked like it hurt. Gee, that was a good mark. He looks all right, though, Big Swanee. Look at this. Watch the leg bend. Ooh.
Oh, you don't like those.
Nah.
Reach.
Kenny to Kenny. And now the bend around. It's rolling. Tompkins versus Poland. They'll be happy to see it out, the Eagles.
Hopefully he's avoided anything too nasty there. Just trying to see where Swan's got to out on the ground. Tied up there again.
Yeah.
Keeping it pretty tight. If they can get clean possession here, Sorell, they'll release it.
Down it comes for Kenny. He just pops it straight up. That's a flop shot, if anything. Through from behind. So what are we? 41 points. Francis drifted out of the game a little bit.
Oh,
that's a good kick.
Yeah, just got there. And they're out now.
They are. Legos goes all the way to Sawford. Sawford goes long and sits up for Skelly, who hasn't had an opponent all day. Chipping in is Raglione. He goes bang towards goal. He's kicked out on the full. Nick Raglione before the game told me, you're going to be calling my name a lot today, Tubes. And we've called his name a little bit.
Yeah, he's been...
That's not his best.
No, he's been a good foil, actually. Perkins and Salford have been the silk up there, but Raglione's done the hard work. He's taken a lot of the ruck contests in the forward 50, and you wouldn't feel too safe if you're a Dodges Ferry defender and he was close by, because I think he might like the tough stuff, the heavy stuff as well.
So it's been punched away, out of bounds. That wind has just picked up a touch.
Looks like rain, pretty decent
Soon.
rain out over the back towards...
Right, well, let's get this game
Sorell
finished.
or somewhere. Yep.
18 minutes to go. We don't want rain before it comes off. Maybe the mercy rule as Holdsworth goes towards goal. He's tugged it too far there, Ollie.
I didn't quite catch who that was. I like a blind turn, and I reckon there was an absolute textbook blind turn out of trouble there.
Fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun, aren't they? Joseph to Murphy, but Souter got in the way. Byers through with pace, gave the handball off to Sawford. Sawford looks towards goal. It's going, it's through.
They're behind.
I hit the post. I thought it was too, whoever said that in the peanut gallery. Holdsworth, long kick towards Perkins across the face of goal. Sawford of the miles variety. Goes towards his brother who got up high, but then Joseph come from a mile off and is hurt. No, he's just got a bit of cramp. It was Cooper Hills who got the step ladder. Salford got up high. Hills to Booth. Booth goes long looking for Kenny. Brody Kingston came over the top. Here's a chance now for Tompkins. Tompkins' kick was just a scrubby thing to Kenny. Kenny's kick goes long towards McGee. On the second, can't get it. Bateman got the fist away. Through came Swan. He was looking for a handball. Out came Daniels. Daniels gave it off to Holdsworth. Holdsworth's kick, long one. Nice strong grab. Pay the mark, umpire. Cooper Hills. Hills with another helicopter. Went looking for Lewis in the opposition colour. Through came Johnson. Johnson got it away. Ted couldn't gather the footy. Now a chance for Byers. Those first 5 steps are really fast. Then he ran himself into a bit of trouble. His kick goes long. Perkins dragged a man off the footy without it. He's been doing that. He's been doing that all day, getting away with it. And finally, in the last quarter, the umpire says, "No, you can't do that. Yeah, that's enough." Skelly's kick. Back to Bateman. Long kick up the wing. Perkins.
Here he goes.
Here he goes. The flying mullet. Have a bounce, son. Here he goes. Into the side of the forward 50. He goes to 35 and the kick is atrocious. It's not very good. It didn't make the journey. And there goes the siren. It is all she wrote here at Pembroke Park. Game over. Was that the siren?
I got a feeling it was a child
Oh,
squealing.
really? Who kicked that goal then? A-Limes, I think.
Might have been.
We'll see the replay. Was it a kid crying? Because no joke, the siren sounds like crying. They're waving off the flags. I'm going to have to see who kicked that in the replay.
We're only 22 minutes in. It'd be a short quarter.
I'm trying to get out before the rain comes. Here we go. Joseph's kick got smothered. Raglione, as you said, doing the hard work all day. Bent one over the top.
Was he screaming out, "Leave it, leave it"? He might have thought it was going to bounce through, and it was
A-Limes, yeah. 105 plays 56. It's going to be a big victory to the home side, a percentage boosting victory too.
They started the game, their percentage was at 212.
Wow. So they're doubling everyone's score every week. Out it comes to Downham, and Salford gets on the end of it now.
And they've just ticked over 1,000 points for the season as well. So they're clearly a potent football team. And this bloke, Salford's had a lot to do with it today. Is this 6 he's coming up for here?
This is number 5.
5 he's looking at. And probably a tougher kick now than it was earlier in the day, because I reckon that breeze has just picked up, might be pushing into his face a little bit more, but he still fancies it off the long run. Come in and steady himself up. Good connection. Goal umpire loves it.
Yeah,
and
so does
Jacob
Jacob.
Salford. Yeah, deserved. Leads out over 10 goals now, and you can't kind of argue with it, I don't think, can you?
Nah, he's been dominant. Their forward lines look dangerous, and as you rightfully said, Nick Reglione has got 1 goal. It came in the first term, but he's done enough. He's done plenty up there. So if he's, and I'm not saying he's the worst player on the ground, but he doesn't have the accolades that Salford and Perkins have got, is what I'm saying. For a bloke that's played pretty much at centre forward all game.
Yep.
He doesn't have the stats against his name, as far as his name won't go on the paper for being a goal kicker. Look at this.
Downham, is it?
Yeah, again.
There's a Salford will line up for another. So I reckon he's got a shove, and then he's copped a knee or something on the way through as well. But that out of the middle, Soda, I think, has he's been the dominant ruck all day, and he's when he's not just thumping it forward, he's actually finding midfielders on the move, and when they're coming at the front of the square that comfortably between Perkins and Sorford, they're going to be kicking big scores. Likes it.
Yep, that's the six-pack for Sorford. And
junk time's hurting Dodgers here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if last week Dodgers Ferry ran out the game in that last quarter after being soundly beaten in the first three, they've really only played a half a footy. They've kicked 1 goal, 1, 2, 3 goals, 5 in this term.
I probably haven't been watching his celebrations too closely, but I've got a feeling they're
emphatic.
Yeah, they're increasing in intensity. I think it's probably what's happening there. There's a bit of double cobra into something with the tongue out there, I think. And
what a peanut. Anyway, we're back in the middle. Well, this footy club,
there it is again,
has been starved of success for a long, long time. So they are clearly sitting on top of the ladder after 8 rounds, the first half of the season. It's hard to believe that we're halfway through the Hobart Airport SFL season, and here he is. Jeremiah Perkins. His mum can't watch him, just watch him. He hasn't kicked at the best today. He's normally a beautiful kick of the footy. He's kicked 5 goals, 4 today. This for number 6.
You can see the trees blowing around in the background. It has picked up.
You can see it blowing in the mullet.
Yeah, the ball drop won't feel comfortable here, I don't reckon.
Gee, it's nice off the boot. It's not going to have the journey, though. Handball came out. Archer. Here's Kenny, who's tried hard all day. Shrugs past one. Oh, I'll tell you what, Byers is coming. Great chase down by Byers. Just those sort of efforts are probably the difference in the sides today.
Yeah, and that ball used by foot, I think particularly, has been a difference. Dodgers have turned it over coming out of defence a number of times. And Sorell, Sorell haven't been perfect, but 9 times out of 10 maybe they've found targets and, cleared out of their, or rebounded out of their defensive 50 really effectively. Alholmes has been crashing packs all day as well. I think just give him a tick too.
Kenny. Has the footy at centre-half back. You can just tell the Sharks have had the 2 best teams over the last 2 weeks in the Hobart Airport SFL. They had Signet last week and had to take the big trip to Commandy, and then back-to-back away games here at Pembroke Park. They just look a little tired. Joseph works his man away, out of bounds on the full. Again, that's the hustle that needs to be the standard for the Dodgers Ferry Sharks. And that'll be 50. Yeah, mate, if you want to.
So that's going to take Joseph well within scoring distance. Whether he gets right up into the goal square, not sure. I didn't actually see what the 50 was for.
It was Ollie Holdsworth coming in to the protected zone, which you can't do no more. Can't do it no more. In comes Joseph. Little consolation point. No, goal. Well done.
Made the goal umpire work for it.
He did, didn't he?
And he's cramped up himself. Which might be why he's moved. He's kind of moved further forward as the days progressed. I think he started in some kind of lockdown or some kind of defensive role, looking to provide a bit of security back there in the first quarter. Which
and he's the bloke that they go to because he's an elite talent, and he can play literally anywhere. Little bit of talk with Miles Sorford. Now they can't look at that. That's silver
again.
service.
Yep.
He tried to shrug it off too, and they're away. Triffett to McGee.
Has he kicked a couple, McGee?
He's got 2 goals, 1. You can see there's real potential for this Dodgers Ferry Sharks side. they get all their players back, and I don't think, you go through the list and there's not many passengers. Everyone's sort of done their job. They're just up against an elite opposition. And it's through from behind, so 2-2 for Connor McGee.
There won't be much more action this afternoon. You'd think this is getting pretty close, 30 minutes played.
Yep. So 9 goals, 54 points.
Your boy Bob with the big clearing kick.
Teg, go back to Roach, to Curran, and there it goes.
That sounds more like a siren.
A 54-point win to the Sorell Eagles. They defeat Dodges Ferry 17-15, 117 to 99-63. Goal kickers for Sorell, 6 to Salford, 5 to Perkins. And then double to Tom Alomes and singles to Francis, who got the first of the game, Hugh Byers, Nick Raglione and Jed Johnson. And for the Sharks, 2 to Johnson, 2 to McGee, and then singles to Brad Joseph, Zach Clark, Angus Kenny, Zach Swan and Josh Oates. We'll try and get an interview here, but if I don't get a chance to thank you, Stu Warren, thank you very much for your assistance today, and well done to Liam and Andy on camera, Sammy in the producer's box, and our technical director, Adam, who we're going to chat to, Adam De Silva, who's done an amazing job of the Hobart Airport SFL this year so far. I'm going to try and get out and get an interview with some of the Sorell boys before they head off. My name's Tubes Taylor. Don't go anywhere. Post-game interviews coming up next. The Hobart Airport SFL. Jacob. You want to do it? I want to do it. Jeremiah. We've got Jeremiah Perkins here. Jeremiah, 5 goals to you. You was sitting right next to your mum and she cut your hair apparently. Is that true?
Yeah, she's a hairdresser. Yeah.
How was that game?
That was awesome. We had some lapses where they probably got on top in the middle a bit, but I think it was a bit of a grind, but we got it done. So
to win that against the traditional rivals down here at Sorell, what does that mean to your footy club?
Yeah, we love beating them. I mean, they've had it over us for a while, and now we're back on top the last few games, so it means a lot.
Some of the better performers in your eyes?
Jacob Sorford was awesome today. Connor Downham was good through the middle. Rocky, good as always. So they're probably the main 3.
What about Joey Souter?
He's been an awesome pickup for us. I mean, especially this year, he's elevated to another level. So he's been awesome.
And you enjoying your time back at Sorell?
Loving it. Absolutely loving
What's next? You got the bye next week. What are you doing for the break?
Probably go fishing, I reckon. I do a lot of that. So
what are you going for?
Tuna.
All right, all the best. Well done. 5 goals to your name. Jeremiah Perkins there, one of the best of the day here in the Hobart Airport SFL. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a peek behind the scenes here with Adam De Silva, who is the owner and technical director as the boys come out here. The Magoos are coming up, so always good to see the twos. The boys will be sticking around, but we've got Adam De Silva. Adam, why have you come on board this year, mate?
They needed someone decent. They needed to step it up and just, give community something to look forward to and to watch back and, just quality.
This is your first time doing sport like this. I know you do a lot of motocross and bowls and things like that at Content Visuals, but footy, how have you found the first half of the season?
I'm a fan. Before this, I didn't follow football, I didn't watch football. To be honest, I wasn't a fan at all. And we're halfway through the season, and I can honestly say that I'm actually a fan now. Not AFL, just community league. But it's been pretty good.
Yeah, and I think the investment from the SFL as far as the community league goes for the clubs like Sorell, we've been a number of places this year. We've been out to Dodges Ferry, we've been to Lindisfarne, we've been up to Boyer, we've been all the way down to Commandy. How are you finding that investment from our community clubs?
Freaking awesome. Like, we haven't been to Claremont or Hobart yet. They're our last two that we have to get to. But every ground and every and all the clubs, like they've all been supportive with us, and the feedback's been really good. And yeah, we're excited to keep going. And like before we started the season, we thought this is going to be this is a long season, but I feel like we're getting to the end of it already. Like it's just been really quick, and we hope we get it next year, and we can even bring bigger things next year.
Well, hopefully that's the case, and you've done so much to get. I've got a replay screen in the Kia Tasman over here. I've got the best cameraman in the biz here with Andy, and doing a great job. And I know Sammy does a wealth of work behind the scenes. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, Andy, I'd probably say he's probably the best camera operator in Tassie. What you're seeing now is Andy. So I just want to say thanks to Andy. Liam, who's been very consistent. He's with us every weekend. So I just want to say thanks to Liam and Daniel, who's somewhere. Thanks to Daniel and Sammy in the booth. She's on the switcher. And then, I do everything else. But it's a team effort. Like, we get here at, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then we leave at 5 o'clock. So it's a big day.
Yeah, you certainly make my job easier by giving me all the tools I need to do what I do. All right, Adam, thanks for your work. Well done.
Cheers,
Another 8 or so rounds to go in the Hobart Airport SFL. There he goes. It's been a massive day here today. We've had big winners across the board. Dodges Ferry got their first win here at Pembroke Park in a while in the women's game. And then the men here, Sorell Eagles, absolutely dominated a huge game. My name's Tubes Taylor. Until next week, we'll see you at the footy. Bye for now.